Welcome officially to the 16th International Leadership Training Program conducted by DXN Middle East.
The basic difference which we have between successful people and unsuccessful people, that is what we gonna make over here.
You should be proud of the fact that you are part of this social movement.
Good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again. Are you ready for the session? Yes. As I told you yesterday, we are going to have one very special speaker who will take the stage now. Imagine you all are non-members. You want to join DXN. So I am your leader who will take you to DXN. How many months or how many years will show you what exactly success is? How much time you can invest in DXN for you to get a result? Whether it is on health side, whether it is on wealth side, how much time? 3 years? You will wait for 3 years? 1 week? In 1 week? You will get the bonus in 1 week? I mean, like, how much time will you wait? 1 month? What was your first month bonus? 7 dirham, is that a success symbol? No. 5 year? Fair. Who said 1 year? Madam, for 1 year is good enough? 3 to 5 years? So all of you are ready to wait to see what exactly is the strength of your bonus check for at least 3 years? Depends on working time. So this is the reason why I'm asking you. You are the people who are working. So the question is open. How much time do you need? At least 2 years. 14 months. That is good. Ladies and gentlemen, we are having one lady who are very powerful in terms of a bonus check in less than 1 year. Brothers and sisters, how many of you have joined DXN before 2018? Quite a very good number. How many have joined after 2018? Good number again. The person who is going to come to the stage has joined DX in the year 2018 on January, first month of 2018. But when we closed 2018 sales in December, she has gone to the top. When we took the first 5 income achievers from the Middle East, she was in that list in 1 year. When we closed TSIP, Travel Seminar Incentive, to see how many members have qualified, this lady member has gone to the top of the list with 1.5 million points in 2018. After her introduction in DXN, we have seen like the region was really, really growing. And we are really, really fortunate to have the presence of this miraculous, super wonder lady with us. Are you ready to listen to her to know what is her success secret? Do you want to know what is the success secret she is using for? Ladies and gentlemen, with pride, pleasure, and privilege, let me welcome a double crown diamond. In 2 years, double crown diamond. Please put your hands together and welcome Madam Amira Al-Yobi. Let me welcome for the translation, let me welcome Madam Asma Isa from Kuwait.
Good morning, DXN.
First of all, we would like, before we introduce Madam Amira, please, we would like you all, everybody, say MashaAllah of what she raised until now. Please, all of us. Thank you. We need to see the video first, please.
Good morning, DXN, and how are you for everyone? I decided today to introduce myself to you. I'm Amira Al-Yobi Omar. I am a mother of 4 children and a wife of wonderful husband who always supports me in my journey. They asked me to join DXN before 3 years ago, but I before 2 years. And then I stopped working for 4 months because of private conditions. I am now DSD. It took me a lot of working hours that exceed 16 hours per day. I like DXN idea a lot, and I am willing and a strong team. Also, I had a lot of time with my team, same as all of you, but I'm working harder and I'm seeing good results now, alhamdulillah. I'm very proud of myself because I achieved a lot. The limit for diamond trip is 100,000 points, and I exceeded the limit thanks to Allah by 5 million points. And I see you soon for my Crown Ambassador honor ceremony, inshallah.
اليوم اختاروا لي موضوع أثر.
Today we have chosen, or they chose for me to speak on social media effect on economical growth.
طبعا هل نجحت أم عمر في الدي اكس ان أو الصعود السريع في الدي اكس ان كان بسبب شهرة أم عمر بالسوشيال ميديا؟ نعم، هذا صحيح.
Everybody heard that Omar, she got succeed in DXN so fast because of social media. Yes, that's true.
أول شيء رح نتكلم بنقطة مهمة قبل أثر السوشيال ميديا. أن
First of all, we're going to speak about how the social media is affected.
أن هناك مشهور مؤثر وهو كسب ثقة الناس، ومشهور غير مؤثر.
There is celebrities also, people they will like, and other celebrities, people, they don't affect people's.
اليوم رح نتكلم عن الشخص المؤثر وهو الذي كسب ثقة الناس.
In social media, that the people who affected people's.
فهذا المشهور أي مشروع أو بزنس يدخل فيه يكون ناجح بإذن الله.
And this famous celebrity, this is going to be very effective in social media.
ولكن حين تعرض أي فكرة أو مشروع عبر السوشيال ميديا فأنت تعرضها على الآلاف من الناس بوقت واحد.
The beauty of social media is that you explore or when you introduce an idea.
أول ما يجب عليك هو العرض الجيد المرتب القوي المدروس بعمق حتى أحصل على النتيجة المطلوبة، وأيضا الخطأ لا يحتمل.
In social media, in order to be succeed, first of all, you have to explore or introduce the idea, organized, well display, and in social media, mistake is not forgiven. You have to be well organized.
ويجب أن أكون مستعدة استعداد كامل لاحتواء هذه الأعداد من الناس فعرض الفكرة على شخص أو شخصين، ليس كعرضها على 100,000 شخص بوقت واحد.
When I introduce the idea for one person or two, it's not like when I introduce thousands of people. So I have to be ready because I'm gonna face many people, whether they are negative or positive. So you have to get ready for this.
وأيضا السوشيال ميديا مليئة بالمحبين ومليئة
You'll face, as I said, many people. Some of them they love you or lover people or nice people and positive, and some of them they give you a headache and also they are negative. So you get ready for them.
في بداية شهرتي لم أكن أحتمل جدا التعليقات السلبية.
When I started to display the idea and I became famous in social media, it was very hard when I started facing these people and I couldn't stand them. I had a hard time with them.
بكيت مرات كثيرة.
Many times I cried.
أو قررت إغلاق الكومنت.
And sometimes I decide I want to quit it.
وقررت إغلاق الأكاونت أيضا.
And I said I want to close my account. I don't want to meet those people anymore and I cannot take it.
ولكن زوجي كان دائما يقول إنه العمل مع الناس متعب.
Because he's supporting me. He's the one, he said, Amira, it's not easy to deal with people, but you be careful and you have to learn how to deal with them.
طيب، أساسيات النجاح بالسوشيال ميديا، كيف أحصل على جمهور من خلال السوشيال ميديا؟
How to get people through social media. What are the steps that you need to go through in order to get a good audience through social media?
تجارية لا تجذب الجمهور أبدا.
In social media, if you want to start with a trade account, totally it will not be a good idea because people, they don't like it. It will not attract them. The idea of social media, you need to be a creative. You need to choose diversity in order to attract the audience.
هذا حسابي على الانستغرام.
As you see, this is my account in Instagram.
الحساب مش تجاري أبدا.
My account is not, as you see, is not trade account.
الحساب يعبر عن شخصيتي، عن ذاتي، هواياتي، حياتي.
It seems like it's a personal account and it talks about my lifestyle, how I am. I can express myself through my account. So people, they will know me through my account.
حسابي على طبعا الفولورز 639,000 متابع انستغرام.
Play in the screen the previous one.
وأيضا سناب شات 400,000 متابع.
And as you see the Snapchat, how much followers I had.
وطبعا ليست تجارية.
And as I said, an icon state is not a trade account. It's a personal account, talks about my life and express myself through these accounts.
ولكن مرة أو مرتين في الأسبوع أتحدث عن الدي إكس إن وعن مشاريعي الأخرى لأني عندي أكثر من بزنس.
I only speak on DXN once a week or twice.
طبخات.
Cooking, as you say, how displaying the cooking on my accounts.
أقوم بتحضيرها لايف على سناب شات وتصوير احترافي وتقديم احترافي.
I record how I cooking, how I cook, and how I display my in a professional way.
أشعر الجمهور بأن هذا الحساب مجلة.
I look at my accounts that it's like a magazine. You will find many things, variety, diversity of many things that you enjoy watching my accounts.
طبخات، يوميات، طلعاتي.
Even I explore myself and display my getaway from with my family, with my picnic also. So people, I will express myself, as I said, through the accounts.
قهوتي.
Especially my coffee.
وأحضر الألوان حتى يعني أحصل على أكبر جمهور ممكن.
As I said, the creativity, I have to keep changing. One of the things that I concentrate on it, I change the colors of the furnished, I change the view where I take pictures. So I'm doing a lot of effort in order to get this account like attractive.
وهذا مكلف جدا.
And this is costly. Don't think it's easy.
فأنا أريد مردود مادي يجب أن أبذل.
If I want money, I need to spend money. This is very important.
عندي 4 أطفال فأنا لا أحتاج إلى عاملتين، عاملة تكفي، لكن لأجل السوشيال ميديا وتفرغ للدي إكس إن عندي عاملتين بالمنزل.
I have 4 kids. I only need 1 housemaid. But because of social media and DXN, I brought 2 nannies.
جميع الصور من مطبخي ومنزلي وحديقتي.
As you see, these pictures is from my place, from my house, from my garden.
طبعا حسابي الأساسي الكبير ما في أي شيء بخصوص الدي إكس إن.
As you said, my big account, the previous account, it has nothing deals with DXN.
لكن من خلال حسابي الكبير أنا أغذي حساباتي التجارية.
From my big account, which is talk about my personal life, I will transfer to my main account the trade accounts.
لأن الحسابات التجارية لا تنجح.
As I said, the trade accounts, it will not be successful. So that's why you need to have 2 accounts.
سنة 23 ديسمبر 2017
I had a dream in 2017 to have a special brand on my name, which is perfume. That was my dream before I know DXN.
اخترت اللوجو، الروائح، كل شيء.
As you said, as you see, this is the logo that she chose for her own brand, and she finalized everything. She chose the logo, she chose the perfume.
أجلت المشروع قليلا.
But when DXN introduced to me, I start thinking, I accept in the DXN, and then I transport this, my
لأن
dream.
التركيز أساس مهم من أساسيات النجاح.
In order to succeed, you need to concentrate, concentrate, and concentrate.
والعطور لن تعطيني $35,000 بالشهر.
And perfume, it will not give me $35,000 monthly.
أبدع في الدي إكس إن وإن شاء الله أوصل لرتبة أفضل ثم أعود لمشروعي الأساسي.
My aim is to be successful more and more in DXN and reach to a rank higher than that. Then I will go back to my dream. So my dream is not forgettable. It's just putting aside. Finally, I would like to tell you, I spent 2 years, but don't think it was so easy.
الموضوع أبدا 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 مو سهل.
It's not, never, it's so easy.
ساعات عمل طويلة جدا، ضغط أعصاب.
I spend a lot of time, a lot of effort, so much stressful time.
لكن كنت أسعى لشيئين مهمين. الأول طبعا البونص.
And the second one?
أيوة، لكن الشيء الثاني الرتبة. طبعا أنا ما يهمني إنه أنا يكون عندي رتبة عالية مع بونص قليل.
When I start putting all these efforts, I had 2 aims. One of them is to get more money and a good investment and to reach a high rank.
لأن هذا الإنجاز لا يرضي ذاتي إنه أنا عندي بونص قليل.
Getting a rank, a high rank and a small bonus, this is not my aim, is not my dream.
طبعا التخطيط والترتيب كان بفريق عمل كامل. النجاح ما كان سهل. يعني في شركات للنجاح خلف الكواليس كانوا معايا خطوة بخطوة. يعني كنا كأنها يعني دي اكس ان شركة خاصة بأم عمر غير الدقيق بإذن الله.
You see this all effort and those 2 years of effort is of Omar, what she reached. Omar not alone. Omar is like a company. She is imagining herself like how is Dr. Leem has assistants with him. She's also, when she reached this effort, she with her team. Her team is behind her, supporting her, and she's also supporting the team. This is the real story of the successful.
آخر شيء حتى ننجح كلنا بإذن الله يجب احترام العمل وقوانين العمل وشركاء النجاح.
In order to succeed, you need, there is 3 things that you need to concentrate. You need to respect the laws. You need to respect your team and also be.
قبل الحضور بيومين أصيب ابني الصغير في عينه.
When I first introduced to come to this camp, I'm so ready and I prepared myself, but 2 days ago my son got hit in his eye.
واضطرت الطبيبة لإزالة القرنية بالكامل.
And it's not an easy disease in his eye, and they decided to remove the قرنية in his eye, a big surgery.
أتيت وأنا حزينة ولكن أتيت احتراما لدعوة الشركة.
I'm very sad, but because I promised the company and I promised my audience and for you people that you flew from different countries and came to hear Omar, I came for you.
قلب أنثى ولكن عملية جدا.
I'm a mother and I have a heart of a mother and a lady, but I also am very strong and very practical.
قال كان أبي بل قلت للأكوان ها أنا عزم وإصرار.
She's talking about 7 years ago when Culture TV started in Instagram. It wasn't so easy.
قول لذاك وذا ها أنا ذا أروي الحياة سعادة وتفاؤلا.
I still remember how I was staying all night to follow up my people. And my followers more and more and getting more and more. I remember how I stayed my job, going nowhere. All these things make me very strong. And I want to be successful more and more. Day is going and every time is going, I become more stronger. Now I set my goals and my future, and I have a planning ahead to be more successful. And as you see, followers are getting more and more. I'm very careful on Instagram and social media is to meet everybody is aims. I share my stories, WhatsApp, social media, all social media accounts. Followers are getting more and more. See how much followers I have. After these 2 years, I'm very successful. Then DXN become.
وفعلا DXN الدي اكس ان فرصة لكل إنسان أن يثبت ذاته ويكتشف أشياء داخل نفسه ما كان يشعر فيها.
DXN, it is a chance for you to discover yourself from inside that you did not see before.
وحقيقة وكلام لأول مرة أقوله.
Truly, this time I'm going to say a couple of words. This is the first time I will say.
أكثر وأقوى بزنس اكتشفت نفسي أنا فيه الدي اكس ان.
The first time, as you know, I'm a business lady before, but I found myself stronger.
انطلقوا وإلى السفير بإذن الله. شكرا.
Inshallah, you will see me a crown ambassador lady soon, inshallah. Please say mashallah.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Madam Amira Aliobi. Thank you so much. That was truly an inspirational speech, isn't it? Mr. Laszlo, no offense. We were having the fastest crown ambassador in the history of DXN Globe from Europe. But we are going to rewrite the history. The fastest crown ambassador is going to get launched from Middle East soon. The commitment that she has shown, even I got shocked when she said about her son. We were not knowing that this has happened. She never let us know that there is some bad incident happened in her family, but she took that challenge because of her commitment. Please note this, the leaders who shown their commitment. This is truly important, and that's the reason why she is here now. Moving on to the next speaker. Are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, the next speaker who is going to take the stage, again a very special person who is closely attached to our family, our DXN family. We are 9 million members across the globe. This person who is going to come here will be on the top list. Ladies and gentlemen, undoubtedly one of the most fantastic, popular speaker who has traveled all the way from Philippines to be here. Ladies and gentlemen, with all your permission, let me welcome the Executive Triple Crown Diver, Mr. Osler Thomas.
Life for me is like just a blink of an eye. It was just a blink of an eye when I was so sad and I was so poor. And I could clearly remember those days. And I would not allow myself to repeat that kind of experience. I remember when my second child was born, my daughter. It was a time where the diapers were introduced. And my wife would often say to me, "Dad, please change the baby." And I am an ordinary father. I'm a normal guy. And I was thinking, how would I change the baby? It was actually the first time I saw this diaper. And when I saw this diaper and I was about to change it, I remember a funny poem, no? And it says, "Roses are red, violets are blue. Will this be pee or will this be poo?" And the distinguishing part was the smell. I would know whether it's pee or poo by the smell, no? And with a blink of an eye, this diaper has been used as a mask because of the coronavirus. In an instant, in a blink of an eye, the use of the diaper changed. Now, I asked Gani and and Shebi for confirmation. Makeover has been the main topic of this leadership camps for 16 years. Am I correct or am I right? Yes. Who has been regularly attending this leadership camp for 16 years? Can you please raise your hands? 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 5, 6, 7. Only 7 people have been attending this leadership camp. Am I right? And who among you here are first-timers in this camp? Wow, can you give these people a big, big hand? No? I missed this camp for 2 years. No? Last year and the year before that. For the past 2 years, he has invited me and I have turned him down because of my schedules. I'm a very busy man. No? I am, I should say, a successful man in DXN. No? And I'm celebrating my success. I have a wonderful life. Now, most of you, who among you here haven't been formally introduced to me? Who among you here have seen me the first time or heard me the first time? Oh, a lot. No? So can you give yourselves a big, big hand? So for those who have, for those of you whom I haven't been formally introduced, I'd like to introduce myself again. No? I am Osler Santo Tomas, and I've been doing this business for the past 21 years of my life. Wow. I heard somebody ask me, what products are you taking? Because they asked me, how old are you, Osler? I told them, you asked the wrong question. You should have asked me, how young are you? Would you like to know my real age? Would you like to? Yes. I can't hear you. Would you like to? Yes. I'm already 58 years old. 50 years. Thanks, Gani, for correcting me. No, I'm 58 years young. No, but do I look like a 58-year-old? Do I act like a 58-year-old? No, because I act and look like 59. No, I look young. I don't even have a single strand of white hair. If I age, I would age like Gani. Gani, oh, look at Gani. He's young. He doesn't have hair. He's still a baby. You know, my friends, I was wondering why I am if I would age, I would age gracefully. If I will grow white hair, I will age with gray hair. Why would I hide? No? So, why do I look young? First, I regularly take DXN products. One of the distributors here from Bangladesh, I think, I remember a few days back, asked me, what products do you take? I told him I take everything. Every day. RGGL, Lion's Mane, Cordyceps, Black Cumin, Morinzi. No? There was a time, Laszlo, no, made me drink 2 bottles in less than 30 minutes. No? I take them every day. I'm a loyalist, no, of our products. And that's why for 21 years, this is the result. I can run for 1 hour without really stopping. I can climb Mount Apo, no, faster than 24-year-old guys. I'm perfectly healthy. For the past 12 years of my life, I haven't been afflicted with flu. When I was flying out to come here, I was at the airport in the Philippines, and I saw a lot of people wearing masks. No? I think I was the only one not wearing one. Do you know why? I know that I will not be afflicted with flu because I am a very, very, very healthy person. If the coronavirus will enter my body, my body will immediately kill it. My body is so alkaline, no? Now, my God, no, I eat in a lot of restaurants where they serve delicious food, popular restaurants. Because I can afford it, no? Sometimes when I enter, there are no tables. Because it's filled up with people. So what I do is I just stand up there and I just cough. I just came from China. Everybody here runs. And I have a table. I have to drive a point. I am healthy. I decided to become healthy. But before, every day I used to sneeze. Every day I had phlegm in my nose. Do you know why? Because I'm allergic to the smell of cockroaches. I'm allergic to the smell of fuel. I'm allergic to taking a bath. Every morning after I take a bath, now my eyes will turn red. It will be very itchy. My tears will flow. My phlegm will flow, and then I will start sneezing. Imagine that every day after taking a bath. Sometimes I don't take a bath anymore. Why? I don't want to suffer. I tried every medication that the doctor has prescribed me. Nothing happened. Visiting the nose specialist, he would fill my nose with water. And I would feel like drowning. Dr. Ratna is laughing because she knows. I had that procedure every week. My doctor would tell me, Osler, you lie down, you breathe through your mouth, and I'll fill your nose with water. Before, my nose was pointed. Now it's disappointed. Because he would usually suck out the water after filling it up. Phlegm would come out. Sometimes my nose bleeds. But one day, one guy approached me and asked me, Osler, why don't you try drinking the coffee? I told myself, I have nothing to lose. Why not? So I drank the coffee every day, every morning. And after 3 days, my body was very happy. Why? Because I didn't notice that after taking a bath for 3 days, I didn't have the attacks. And now it has been 21 years. I can only count the attacks on my fingers. Can we give Ganoderma a big, big hand? And all I did was decided to use the products. We're talking about changing the way we live. We have a lot of people from Nepal here. Who are people from Nepal? Who are people from Bangladesh? Who are people from India? Who are only two? Who are people from the Philippines? Only one. Me too. No, Harun raised his hand. Who are from Bangladesh? No, you're a Malaysian. He transferred his residence to Malaysia. Now, what's my point? No, we are here because we want change to affect our lives, isn't it? Yes. Who among you are from Jordan? Yes. From Palestine? No, from Pakistan? Yes. See? From Malaysia? I was just trying you, my friend. No, from Oman. 2 from Oman, no? But I don't care who among you comes over. I don't care. People who came over are people who want a makeover. Am I right? Yes. So can you give yourselves a big, big hand? We all want a makeover. I want to change. I want a makeover. I've been with this business for 21 years. I want to change. I listened to Laszlo yesterday. I saw his mandala map. Is that correct? Mandala? Mandala table? No, I'm using mind mapping too. But I heard him yesterday, and I found a more effective way, and I used it last night to develop my talk today. So it's very effective, no? Because I want to change. Gani is a Crown Ambassador, enthusiastic Crown Ambassador making that video. But please give me a copy. Why is he doing that? Because he wants change. Am I right or am I correct? Look at Laszlo. He is a Hungarian. When I first met this guy, I couldn't understand him. He couldn't understand him. Me. All he did was say, sorry. Kept avoiding me, yeah. Because when I meet him, oh, Laszlo, how are you? Sorry, no English. But look at him now. Look at him now. He could express himself well in front of the stage. Look at Mr. Katiri. My God, when I first met Mr. Hazan, he wouldn't stop talking in front. When he was in the Philippines celebrating the anniversary, he told the timer, please don't time me. I flew all the way from Abu Dhabi to speak. Don't let me stop. But look at him the other day. I listened to him and he was on time. Perfect. I even congratulated him until this morning. I was so impressed. So congratulations, Mr. Hazan. Full speakers yesterday. I really missed it. Do you know why? I did a training for 3 hours in Dubai because other people there would like to change too. See? But I missed it. I missed a lot. Because look at these guys. No? Millionaires. I missed that opportunity, but no worries. They recorded it. I will still listen to you. Huh? Why do I do that? Because I want a makeover for myself. I'm still an executive triple crown ambassador. Crown diamond. I'm not yet a crown ambassador. But does that make me less than a man? No, it's only a title. Miss Amira was speaking here in front, and I could clearly relate. I did not come here and become a crown ambassador. She has clearly stated that DXN is not about a position. If I wanted to become a crown ambassador, I should have become a crown ambassador 10 years back. I could do it. I have the resources. I could just buy it. But I'm not that kind of person. My downline stocks even overtook a man. But I feel very proud that he has become a crown ambassador because after all, I believe that the greatest return of a leader was by seeing people he has developed to be better than myself, right? Yeah. You know what? I'm the most relaxed person in this world. Do you know why? Do you know why I look young? Because my team doesn't need me. Even if I'm not around, they will move. Even if I am not around, they will not stop earning because I taught them. I was an instrument towards their development. And to me, that's my greatest reward. That keeps me going. It's different. What keeps me going? Because I'm looking at my life. I started out in DXN without any money. So that if anybody of you here today has no money, it's not an excuse for you to succeed in life. Do you know that when I joined DXN, I even asked my wife to borrow 350 pesos. That's less than $10. That's $8 from her sister for me to register. Because I didn't have a job. Why didn't I have a job? I decided to quit my job. I was earning more than a bank manager before. But when I quit to join this industry, as Miss Amira said a while ago, if you want to become successful, it's not easy. So, I asked my wife, can you please borrow $8 from your sister so that we can join? I saw this opportunity. And my wife was actually mad because we keep on borrowing from her. I told her I will pay her after one day. And I was able to do it. No? I didn't have the money to buy 1,000 points or 100 PV for myself. I had to keep on selling. Do you know what I did before? I went to the market. Because a lot of people here are ashamed of selling. They're ashamed to bring the coffee. They're ashamed to bring spirulina and sell it to their friends. My friends, before I could buy 1/2 kilo of rice, before, I would have to sell. I would go out to the public market with my wife. No? And I would look for people, no? Because I go there early, about 5:30 in the morning, because they're merchants. No? And I would approach them. My wife will be at my back. And I would bring two pictures. One picture of a lung that is clean, and one picture of a lung that is dark because of smoking. And I would ask a simple question. Excuse me, do you know of anybody who would like to earn extra? And then they would ask, what will I do? Then I start talking. You know what? When we were born, our lungs were very clean. Your lungs would look this way. But we are exposed to a lot of toxins from the air, from what we eat, so that our lungs would look this way. And then the people who are smoking would then stop and then, huh? And then they will be afraid. And then I will ask them, I will offer them a solution. But, you know, we have a solution. I'm actually doing it as a shortcut because I have limited time, no? I'm just sharing you the story. So I will talk about toxins, and I will tell them, but you cannot buy this at our office without this membership card. If you buy there, you cannot get it at discounted prices. But you're in luck. We are on promo today. We are selling a pair for 25. How many pairs do you want? Then my wife at my back, wearing gloves, no? And she would put pairs of RGGL in this tiny Ziplocs. And I would sell about 2 bottles per session. And that's a time when I can buy food for my family. A lot of people don't do that. I don't know how you sell your products. But I was so indebted before. I didn't have a job. But I had to feed my family. I had to find a way to sell so that I can earn money and feed my loved ones. Now, how many of you have done that? A lot of people are ashamed of selling. But what is more shameful? Selling coffee in the public market? Selling coffee to your friends? Or when your child asks you, Dad, can you please buy me this? And you know deep in your heart that your son or your child really needs it. And you say, Son, can we skip this for the time being? Because I don't have money to buy it. A lot of times in my life, I said that to my children. And I'm thankful. That's why I made a decision to make a change in my life. A lot of us cannot do a makeover because we don't really know why we should change. We don't really know what change would mean to our lives, the people that we are with. We don't really know, and we haven't realized how change would affect the lives of those who we love. My friends, I keep on changing on a daily basis because I know that the change I would create for myself would greatly impact the people around me. I could have chosen not to come. Do you know why? Even if I don't speak in front of you, my 6-figure income won't stop coming for the rest of my life. Because I have developed a network of more than 200 products. It won't stop. But why am I here? Because I know that we cannot change other people. I know that. I cannot change you. The only person who can change yourself is yourself. And it always starts with a decision. But a lot of us haven't decided yet. Do you know why? Because we don't know why we should change. More than 21 years ago, I made the decision to change myself. I had a job. I was a medical representative. I looked good. I was always wearing a tie. I was in slacks. I had a tiny bag. No, I spoke well. I promoted medicines to doctors, and my salary in the Philippines was even better compared to a bank manager's salary. But all I accumulated was debt for 10 years. For 10 years, all I accumulated was debt. Nothing else. And I was so hard up. I could not even afford, no? Every time I would really go out of my way to really look for money so that I can enroll my children to a good school. There was never a time that I could recall that I had an easy time enrolling my children. I would really have to prepare. No, I always pay minimum. No, because I use a credit card, this plastic thing. No, do you have this one? Now, if you don't know how to use it, don't you cut it, because it will bury you alive. I kept paying minimum, and there came a time that the interest of the bank is bigger than what I paid. So I was so afraid to be put on jail because I could not pay my debts anymore. No, so I prayed to God. I asked God, God, can you please give me a business wherein I will not be required for money for capitalization. I'm an employee. And I'd like to thank God. Do you know why? He gave me DXN. I started with $8, but the only difference between me and ordinary distributors is I did it anyway, even if I did not understand it. I did not know about technology. I did not know speaking in front of people. I didn't know about Ganoderma, but I did it anyway. I saw it. I saw an opportunity that one day I could change my life. So I just did it. I started with coffee. I did not complicate my life. I did not talk about Ganoderma. I am not like Dr. Aratna. I'm not a doctor. No, I would not talk about organic germanium. I don't know what's organic germanium. All I know is it's a substance that will help your cells utilize oxygen. 1 point talk about it. I just told them that the coffee tastes good and it made me feel good and I don't get sick, I don't get tired. That's what I told them, and people believed me because I was so passionate about promoting them. And in one day, I became a star agent. I became a ruby in 3 weeks. I became a diamond in 4 months. And the rest is history. See? But I didn't care about the position. I did not join because of the Ganoderma. I joined because I want to earn money. Now, who among you here wants to earn money? Who among you here wants to earn lots of money? Give yourselves a big, big hand. That's the main reason why I'm here. Because I was so tired of being poor. I don't know about you, but I got so tired of being poor. Now I'm having a good life. Why? I can buy anything I want to buy anytime I want to buy. I don't have any debt. Zero. I can fly to any place I want to fly. I can do what I want to do anytime I want to do it. Because I'm a free man. Before I cared about designer suits, designer jeans, designer shoes, designer everything. Everything has a brand. But look at me now. I don't even wash my car anymore. I don't care about the brand. I don't buy Lacoste anymore. Before, when I did not have money, I used to buy this French Lacoste brand because it costs $100, $200. I bought this kind of shirts because I want to make it appear that I was earning money. Why did I do that? Because I want people to know that I'm earning. But now I'm earning. Why should I do that? And it was confirmed by Dr. Lim. When I saw him, his shoes was very dirty. And his shoes were only about $5, no? He bought in the Philippines. And it was dirty. He was wearing kimono, an ordinary white shirt. A billionaire earned it wearing a kimono. He told me, Osler, I don't even wear a watch. I haven't worn a watch for 3 years. I asked him, why? Because I have my phone. I'm in line with his thinking. Do you know why? He told me he was talking to successful network marketing agents or different people from the industry. And he told me that they were tired. They are tired. They're driving Ferraris. They're in Armani suits. They're in Gucci shoes. They're wearing Louis Vuitton bags. They travel first class. But they're tired. Why are they tired? Because they have to keep up with the expectations of people. For me, these people are not free. I'm a free man. That's why yesterday I was only wearing sneakers. I don't care. For as long as it looks good on me, that's the best. You know why? Because I'm free. And I don't care about anything else but freedom. Because, my friends, DXN is not about flying first class. DXN is not about driving flashy cars or wearing fancy suits. DXN is all about living the way you should live. So that if you're not living the way that you should be living right now, if you're living a life that you haven't pictured in your mind yet, you better aspire for a makeover. You better aspire for a makeover. You better aspire for change. And change should happen if you want to be happy. I'm not earning as much as Amira. I'm not earning as much as the doctor and the professor. I'm not earning as much as Gani. I'm not earning as much as Laszlo. I cannot finish my income every month because my son is already a pilot. He's a millionaire. My daughter is in New Zealand. It's only both me and my wife. And I'm very happy cooking for her. No? I cook vegetable soup for her every day. We eat at the same time. We laugh together. No, I never watched this Korean tele-series. But now, because we're both there, she wants watching it. And for me to be able to talk to her, I have to watch. And I'm enjoying also. You see, my friends, life is not about money. Life is about being free, not being sick, being able to impact people around you, and showing them the love, showing them appreciation, helping them grow. You will be the happiest person in the world. And you should do it now, not tomorrow, not the following day, now. Can we say it? Now! 1, 2, 3. Now! Do you know why? I remember a story of my friend. He used to be a colleague. And his name is Rene. I was assigned in Bukidnon, the southern part of the Philippines. It was a mountainous area because I was assigned there because I had a misunderstanding with my boss. And I had no choice because he had to assign me somewhere where he cannot see me. And he would really want me to fail. So I was assigned in Bukidnon, a mountain area. If I wanted to call my wife, I had to go to a shop. There are booths there. I had to give the number, and you have to enter the booth and then call. And we didn't have a phone because we were poor. So my wife would have to go to her parents' house, and we should schedule an appointment, and we can only schedule an appointment through Telegram. There was Telegram before. And it's very, very difficult for me to do that. And I was alone in a mountain. At 5:30 in the morning, 5:30 in the evening, I could really hear the crickets. I could hear them because there were no people. I was assigned there because I had a misunderstanding with my boss. But did I fail? No. It challenged me to change. It challenged me to become a better person. So I excelled in that area. Now I was requesting my new boss to transfer me in Davao because there is where my family was located. So he told me, I cannot transfer you because your performance there is very good. I trained him for 3 months. 3 long months. We were together. We ate the same food. We drank at the same time. No, we slept at the same time. Our fart even smelled the same. My friends, when the time finally came for us to separate because I had to be assigned in Davao, I was so happy. He was finally assigned in my area. He could take care of it. I was sure about that. But something happened. He suffered a stroke. But before, there were no mobile phones. So I didn't know what happened to him. So every December, we would meet. We had a national meeting for all medical representatives of our pharmaceutical company. And then I was entering the office. I remember a glass door. And beside the glass door, you could see a person sitting on a plastic chair. And the person was so thin and was so crooked. And because he was so thin, his eyes almost popped out of the sockets of his head. And I got past him by the door, and then after a few steps, something flashed in my mind. So I returned. I told myself, I think I know this guy. So I took a few steps back, and I looked at him carefully, and I examined this man. I learned that he was Rene. So I finally asked him, while looking at him with pity, Rene, is that you? When he heard his name, he started crying. And he told me that he suffered a stroke. He could not even speak well. That after the stroke, he was flown to Manila and was hospitalized for 2 months. And when our company knew that half of his body was paralyzed, he was terminated. He was paid a separation pay. But he told me that the separation pay was not even enough to pay for his medical bill. So I asked Rene, why are you here? And while sobbing, he told me, Osler, this is Christmas time. I would just like to ask help from my friends. Children stopped going to school. And I was there in tears. And I took my wallet. And I saw that there were only 300 pesos in it. I asked myself, how could I ever help this man who is like a brother to me with 300 pesos? I was also suffering. I didn't have money. So I told him, Rene, you also know my situation right now. I also don't have money. But I would like to part with you half of my money. So I will be giving you 150 pesos. So while I was giving the 150 pesos to him, I was crying. Not because I pitied him, but because I pitied myself. Afraid at the time. Because I asked myself, what if what happened to him happened to me? What will happen to my family? Have you ever thought about this idea? Have you ever thought of the idea of being fired? Have you ever asked yourself, if you're working right now, what if I'm terminated from my job? Have you ever asked yourself, what if I really get sick? What if I die? What will happen to my family? Maybe a lot of you are taking it easy right now. Ladies and gentlemen, life is but a blink of an eye, and it can change forever. That's why, if you really truly love your families, I would like you to make that change right now. I can never change you. My story will never change you. You have to decide for your change. And the best thing that we could do for others as leaders of DXN is to continue to change ourselves so that others would be inspired to change themselves too. Good morning, DXN.
Thank you so much, Mr. Osler. That was so touching. Thank you so much. Because these are the people who are really touching the lives. We just, Mr. Osler, we just love you deep from our heart. Thank you so much. Thank you so, so much. Big, big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Big, big round of applause. Moving on, I wish the time should have never end. I was praying like, the timer should have keep on moving and moving. It was close to 40 minutes, and I was thinking like, this person is really, really wonderful, and that's the reason why he's one of the most successful leaders across the globe. Big round of applause for Mr. Osler Senator Thomas. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the most humblest leaders of DXN UAE, a wonderful personality. Please put your hands together and welcome Mr. Mansoor Ahmed, Gold Diamond.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. صباح الخير. Good morning, DXN. Are you excited? Yes. See, it's difficult really to be a speaker after a great speaker. I'm so lucky to speak after Mr. Osler. Ladies and gentlemen, no matter how successful you are, no matter if you are a new member or a star agent, no matter if you are a diamond or even crown ambassador, the matter is how many of you still want to be much more successful than you are now? Please raise your hands. Yes. Now my second question, why are you not right now more successful than you are now? Why you are not become the person you wish to become? Why? To answer this question, I'm going to take you to a journey is going to take us 40 minutes. We are going to stop at 11 stations. We are going to learn many new ideas. We are going to learn many ideas, many skills, successful examples, practical experiences, and so many. Are you ready for the journey? Yes. Say, yes, we are. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Thank you. Let me tell you that I had the privilege of learning. There are John Maxwell, Brian Tracy, Jim Rohn, and Darren Hardy. I have been their students for many, many years. What I am going to present today is what I have learned from these great personalities. Please put your hands to welcome each and every one of them. The first station we are going to stop at, just extra efforts. What you need to do, just a little more. Just a teeny more. Just a little more calling. Just a little more coaching. Just a little more. Remember, the difference between a good and great life is just a little more. And between a distinguished leader and ordinary leader is just a little more efforts. And between an ordinary life and extraordinary life, just a little extra efforts. The principle of Pareto says that 20% of input create 80% of the sales or of the results. 80% of the revenue. 20% of people eat 80% of the food. My gosh. That's a good statistic. The top 20% of DXN members, they make sales 80%. While the 80% of DXN members, they make only 20%. The ratio of their income is 1 to 16. So the top DXN members, they earn 16 times more the average 80%. Now the question is, does it mean that the top 20% of DX are 16 times more better? Do they work 16 times more? Do they have knowledge 16 times more? Do they have 16 times more experience? Do they have 16 times number of years of education? Are they 16 times more handsome? Just a little extra effort create the big differences in the result. The next station we are going to stop at, it's called just a little extra, just a little more time, just a little extra time. I love this story of a stone cutter. The stone cutter says, the story says that the stone cutter and his hammer in his hand, he is continually hammering and hammering the stone. He keeps tapping and tapping the stone. Now, after 100 times, 100 first, 100 second, the stone will crash. Now, it is illogical to say that the last hitting caused the crack to split in two. Right? But it all had gone. It is not one hitting. Now, if someone of us, we may try 3 times, 5 times, then we will give up. We will say, nothing is happening. What is happening exactly to the DXN members is the same. We try just 3 times, 5 times. What we will say? Nothing is happening. People are not listening. People, they are not believing. We can learn from the story. The stone cutter has a clear and big vision. That's why he continued tapping and tapping the stone. Without clear vision, without big picture, he couldn't continue. The second things we can learn, when we do the right things every day, not in a day, every day, something are happening, even we cannot see it. So, do the DXN, whatever your results are, perseverance and patience, the result of seeing the big picture. Wrong perception causes people to quit soon. There is only one reason for those members who left the DXN, and that is wrong perception. They couldn't see the whole picture. That's why they left very early. If you started the DXN with the wrong reason, you will also stop it for a wrong reason. If you started to cure yourself from any diseases, is it wrong or right reason? Wrong reason, because the DXN is not a hospital. It is not a clinic. That's why people lifting the DXN, they think that they come to the DXN, they can cure themselves. It is wrong. Third station is just a little extra change. Many people, many leaders here, they talk about changes. Most people change just enough. They change just enough to get away from their problem, not to solve them. Like the one who takes the DXN products when he feels unwell. And when he becomes okay, he will stop taking the DXN products. Or like the one who wants to solve his financial problem by credit cards or loan. Doing the same things every day. And they think that some miracles will happen. Most people talking still about there are 30,000, 38,000 varieties of mushrooms. They did not change the way of presenting. The way they do the accents is same. Unless you change the way of your doing things, always you will have what you have got before. Most people are not willing to pay the immediate price for the change. You have to pay the price of change. Success needs, you have to pay the success price. The ultimate price could be incapability of offering good education to your children, incapability of having your own accommodation, incapability of offering the needs. Most people are willing to change not because they see the light, but because they felt the heat. They got a warning letter from their job. Now they want to do DXN business. Right? Do you know at least one person like this? You know? Any one of them sitting beside you? No one? It is not the strongest species that will survive, nor the intelligent, but leaders always change before they have to do. Most people see the change as hurtful things instead of seeing them as helpful things. Jim Rohn said there is two pains in our life. The first one is pain of discipline. And the second one is the pain of regret. The first one is temporary. You will forget it. The second one is permanent pain. The first one is easy to forget. The second one is difficult to forget. The first one in prosperity, in progress. The second one will result in depression, frustration, poverty. To achieve what you haven't achieved in your life, you have to become someone you haven't been before. You have to think differently. To think differently, you have to become a big person. And big stands for books. You have to read books. You have to be with very great individuals. People who are better than you in thinking. Then the last one is, you have to have goals. Quality of your thinking will determine your quality of your decision. And quality of your decision will determine your quality of action. Of your results will determine your quality of your life. The fifth one is just a little extra learning. We have to learn. We have to have a growth plan. We have to develop a habit of daily learning. We have to listen to audios, educational audios. We have to attend all DXN activities. Successful people develop every day, not in a day. This event is not going to make you a very successful person. Just a little extra attitudes. Jim Barry said, the difference between gold medal winner and silver medal winner in all the time events in the history of Olympics, it was just 10th of a second. He said that is not capabilities. That is not strength. That is attitudes. The best way of improving attitudes, you have to count your blessing. We have many things. Be with positive people. Always be around yourself with positive people. Fill your mind with positive inputs. Your mind will give you back exactly what you put in it. Just a little extra planning. You have to plan every day. Every minute we spend in planning, it will save 10 minutes in execution. If you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. So when you design a plan, it should align with your capabilities. 33 of American workers, they have daily plan. 45, they have weekly plan. The best plan. One is your personal growth plan. Because you cannot give what you don't have. The second plan is your team plan. You have to develop a team. John Maxwell said, number one is a very small number that cannot achieve greatness. Most people think that the majority comes along with the age. But the reality is, most of the time, the age comes alone. Right? Your success is determined by your daily agenda. Lifting you up or pulling you down. It is either making you or breaking you. It is either your best friend or your worst enemy. So be aware of what you are doing every day. The 8 station is just a little extra concentration. Most members are engaged in multiple activities. They are doing so many things. If we want to be very successful, we have to be focused on one thing. Finish one course until you succeed. One of the worst things is to do something very efficiently, but it hasn't to be done at all, like this person. Can you see? How long time he spent to master these things? But what is the result of mastering these things? Their time on less important things, and the minority of their time on more important things. This is what I used to do before DXN. But when DXN came to my life, directly I stopped assembling computer. Why? Because this business will never, ever change my life. So if you are doing many things, stop. Just do DXN every day. Always ask yourself, what is the most valuable use of your time? Ask yourself, what is the most valuable use of your time now? Ask yourself. You find the result? Use of your time now. Now you have to listen to me. Right? Then, whenever you want to do something, it is not related irrelevant to your goals, your conscious mind, it will reject it. The 9, just a little extra creative activity. The change in human life always comes from new ideas. We have to admit new ideas into our business. If we don't look for new ideas, our life will be same, no change. 80% of our daily needs will be changed after 5 years from today. Station number 10, just a little extra relationship. Relationship is the foundation of any businesses. Are you interested? Yes. Really? Yes. Is it excited? Yes. Thank you. One of the most important part that will improve your communication skills is the size of your vocabulary. Right? Why? Because the size of your vocabulary will help you to become a better speaker. You can express your ideas better, your product better. It will increase your self-esteem. If you learn 1 word a day, within 1 year, new words. Within 5 years, you will be one of the most educated person in the world. So always try to carry a dictionary with you. Try to learn. The average of children, they learn 5,000 words in first 5 years of their ages. While the adults, how many words? Can you guess? Less than 5. The last, just a little less fear. Just a little less fear. Type of fear in DXN, fear of using the products. Fear that people may fall sick due to the result of using DXN products. Fear of being told that we are salespeople and we have commission. Let me tell you that this fear is incorrect. Not true. So the fear is false evidence appearing real. There is no security. There are always opportunities. If we seek for security, we will less have it. But if we seek for opportunity, we will have more security. And finally, develop a quality of unstoppable and do DXN under any circumstances. Wish you all the best and see you, Crown Ambassador.
As per the schedule, the next is experience. We're talking where we have reached now. From 1993 to 2020, an amazing journey of DXN, reached the 15th best direct selling company in the world. But of course, there were many hurdles in between. It was not very smooth from the beginning in 1993. Like Dr. Lim always say, my company started in the year, which year DXN started? I cannot hear you. 1992? Then why in the records is 1993? Huh? There were no members? No sale? No sale in 1 year? But DXN took it as a challenge that every failure was a stepping stone to success. And that's how we reached the position of the 15th best direct selling company in the world now. Ladies and gentlemen, to talk about the hurdles and challenges that we have faced all these years, we have a fantastic personality with us who has been instrumental to start many markets of DXN across the globe. Let me take the privilege to welcome the International Marketing Director to talk about hurdles and challenges. Please put your hands together and welcome Mr. Jijit NK.
So good morning once again. This is a unscheduled session. As Shebi said, DXN today is one of the known brands in all over the world. The largest exporter in MLM segment. The biggest exporter of Malaysia in MLM segment is DXN. So everybody knows DXN now. But the journey from 1992 till now was not very easy. You know, every one of you face challenges, right? In the market, it's not easy. Same way, DXN also faces challenges. But most of our challenges, we don't communicate with you. Many of you do not know what is happening behind. Some of them you might know. So when you face challenges in your life, these challenges that what we have encountered will help you and how we overcame. This is DXN. Born in 1993, Father Dato Dr. Lim Siew Jin. And we always say the major stakeholder in DXN business is God. Why? Because there were occasions where solution was impossible. Solutions were impossible, but still somehow the problems were solved. I myself have faced this, and we really do not know how the problems were solved. It was definitely a divine intervention that we have faced. And most of you also might have experienced such things in your life. The first one was in Malaysia. The first rejection or the first challenge that Dr. Lim has faced in 1992. The whole year, nobody bought anything. He invested 50,000 dirhams to start DXN. He was in a very good position with the government of Malaysia, started DXN. The time has come, out of 50,000 dirhams he has invested, 47,000 disappeared. And remaining 3,000 dirhams. So it was a time he had to decide whether to stay in the job and continue DXN or quit and take full responsibility of DXN and do something in the market. It is a crossroad. What to do? A well-paid job by the government of Malaysia to leave, and his father-in-law told him, quit. His wife, his mother-in-law told him, don't. So what he would have done? He quit. Because this is his dream. DXN was his dream. He started doing full-time, leaving a very good job, but still no success. The first success came from an incident where one lady whom he met, and she wanted RG for her husband. So she asked him, the first sale, no sale till then, almost 1 year, no sale. And the first sale is going to happen at night, and the lady asked, how much is the cost of this RG? So doctor is selling 20 ringgit. So the lady opened her purse, the cloth purse, opened one layer, second layer, and she took a note out. It was 50 ringgit. So doctor was in dilemma, what to say. If I say 120, she will not be able to buy. If I say 50, the amount that she has in her hand, he will be underpricing his own product. So she gave the 50, the sale started. First sale was with an empathy towards that lady's sentiment or the situation. That day onwards, the sale started skyrocketing. First year, second year, the sale reached 2 million ringgit. The second year itself, the sale started growing very, very fast. Then since then, DXN never looked back. The second one here, Gulf, the uncertainty. How many of you were DXN members from 2002? 2002? How many of you were a member of DXN? Of course, international members, yes, fine. But from the Gulf. 2002 when we came, let me tell you exactly the situation, okay? We started with a small office, as I said day before yesterday, a small office. We used to give presentation from one small computer in the office. The old computer, with the big box. When we give the presentation, when someone is walking on the corridor with a dress like Mr. Manzoor's, the white dress, Kandura, I used to give presentation, I stopped talking. So this person sitting in front of me, they are listening, BOM product, suddenly I stop because I'm afraid who is this walking, maybe a police or a CID. He's not listening me, but still I stop as if like, I see if he's listening me or not, and the person sitting in front of me, I was thinking why he stopped talking. I passes, I continue to speak. That much uncertainty was there when we were doing the business in 2002. You understand? From there, we have reached where we are today. Sincerity. Because why we had the courage to do the business? Because we knew we are sincere. We are doing nothing wrong. Doing things ethically, sincerely. They are all chasing people who are doing mischievous things, wrong things. Any government who have banned direct selling is because of the fear or the bad experience what they had undergone already. So, but we were sure that we are doing nothing wrong. So we started. The DXN is the first direct selling company started in the Gulf region. First direct selling company. Even today, we are the largest direct selling company. So many so-called big names came in Dubai and in the Gulf region. Nobody could succeed as much we could. You understand? That is the strength of DXN. 76 offices during the last 18 years. It's not a small achievement. It's huge, it's big. And it has reached up to the highest place of this country. The coffee is only 30 ringgit, 30 dirham. 30 dirham coffee is being sold in 200 dirham box. Or given in 2000 dirham box. So that is the acceptance our products have got in many parts of the world. So today, Sudan, another challenge, another biggest challenge I have faced in my life. Personally, I have faced these challenges in life. There was a time DXN was banned in Sudan. 3 of our staff were put in jail. Frankly speaking, we were shaken. They told it's haram. You cannot do this business here. 41 days I was in Sudan, going to court, police, security every day. We requested them, okay, fine, we don't do direct selling business. Please allow us to sell the product. They told, no, we don't allow you to sell even. Send back your product. You are cheating people. So the only way for me was to pray. And we go to the office every day. Like this, they climb 2 floors and come to the office and sit with some food and to give the people. They say, one day we will open this office because I believe in this. We used to cry. I used to pray with my Muslim friends. I'm a Hindu. I pray with them, they pray, and I stand with them and pray together. Because that was the only option for us to open the business. Dr. Lim told me, go, open the office and come back. Go day by day, we go to the office, the court. They say no, no, no. 41st day, when I went to the court, they gave me a letter. You are allowed not only to sell, but to do direct selling business in Sudan. There was no words. I told, I don't know. It is someone has done something. We do not know. Even now, I don't know how they allowed. The authority who told you cannot sell, they told you can do MLM itself. Even now, we don't know. Okay, so that's why I said it is divine intervention. And one more incident from Sudan. There was a time when the country separated, the Sudanese pound collapsed. It was $1, 2 Sudanese pound. It became $1, 10 Sudanese pound. Everything became so expensive. But do you think we can change our price 10 times, increase 10 times the price? Of course, the business will collapse. And above that, there is no foreign currency in the country. That means all the MLM companies closed the office. They left the country. We have no foreign currency. Second, the price is so cheap. Our product has become so cheap. We are in loss. We had to give them local money to the bank. Bank keeps there. And we had to send the products from Malaysia free to Sudan. 1 month, 2 months. I asked doctor what to do now. Because it's impossible to continue the business without getting the money. Because that's the rule. You cannot bring the product without sending the money. I asked doctor what to do. Doctor told, if there is a person using my product and living, don't worry about the profit. Keep sending the goods. Keep sending the goods. 7 months, containers kept on coming to Sudan without getting any penny in DXN Malaysia. It was possible only because DXN is so strong and Dr. Lim is so generous. And of course, the situation slowly changed, and the bank sent all the money after 7 months to Malaysia, and of course, we became profitable. People sell one toothpaste, one coffee in the market, and buy the bread to the home. That was the reason why Dr. Lim asked to continue to sell. With the patience, we could succeed in Sudan. Pakistan, another big challenge. I am from India. India is doing fantastic. And Pakistan was part of India. If India can do fantastic, Pakistan can certainly do fantastic too. Because both the people are same. So I told Mr. Ghani, we should open Pakistan in 2007. But I told Malaysia we should open Pakistan. Malaysia checked with KPMG. KPMG told you cannot do MLM in Pakistan. There is a high court order in Lahore. You cannot do MLM. So Malaysia told no, don't go. I told doctor, I will try to open if you permit. He told, I can permit. You go and try. It is one of the biggest challenge for an Indian to go to Pakistan is visa. I went to Dubai consulate, in Pakistan consulate. They told it will take 4 months. If you get, you get. If not, no, sorry. But he told me, there is going to be an expo in Karachi. No problem, I will go. Immediately I went there. I found somebody, a consultant who can do the company registration, everything. Did all the speed work, came back, started the business. And the authority asked us to write and give. You will not do MLM. I gave, we will not do MLM. But still we started the business in 2007. Can you imagine? That's such a risk we took because we were confident that we are not doing anything wrong. We are doing something good only to the people. And what happened after that? Even today, there are thousands of people living their life using DXN system. They don't see me as an Indian. They see me as DXN. See DXN, someone who has done something for them. It is, of course, there may be problems between the countries, okay? It is political. But between the people, there is no problem. Mr. Ghani is a Pakistani, I am an Indian. We sit and sleep in same room. We eat from the same plate. That is DXN. If DXN is there everywhere, there is no enmity, no hostility. All are friends and brothers. We never gave up, and DXN is one of the best direct selling company in Pakistan too. You see, the governor of Punjab is recognizing DXN as the best brand of Pakistan. India reclaimed. In 2015, we had a big challenge in India. One of the biggest challenges DXN has ever faced in the world, absolutely. Because it is something like from a moving plane, jumping to another plane. So that risky to us. And we had a challenge where we cannot continue with the same company anymore. We have to move to another company. It was nothing outside, but it was internal problem. So Dr. Lim has taken the decision. Let us destroy it and start all over again. Not everybody can do that, take such a decision. But to protect the market, to protect the interest of the leaders and people, he has taken such a decision. We formed a new company, registered all products. Initially, we had only few products, 2-3 products. From 20-25 products, we came down to 2-3 products. How to do the business? Moving all the members, more than 1 million members from one company to another company. Anything could happen. We could have collapsed, but we took the risk. Of course, I should give a big gratitude to this couple. Give a round of applause to Professor and Ratna, along with many other leaders and management. We made a master plan and moved the company, started fresh, DXN Marketing India Private Limited. And in 5 years' time, it has crossed all the records. All the 12 years, in the first 12 years, whatever we have done, doubled the sale in next 5 years' time. So that is achievement we have had in India, strategy and planning. Okay, this is never. I don't think such a challenge we will face ever. In 1997, Indonesia was doing very well. It was one of the fastest growing market of DXN in the world. 1997, there was an economical crisis. There was big riots. People started burning buildings, roads. We had to do something. So everybody were expecting Dr. Lim will increase the price. And in his own words, the room was silent, just like this. Pin drop silent. Everybody were expecting Dr. Lim will increase the price. All the companies have increased the price. He told the next 3 months, I will not increase the price. Everybody were jubilant and jumping up and down. That next 3 months they can do the business without having an increased price. There were big queue in front of DXN office to become member and buy the products. And with the membership fee, we could survive and overcame with the will and the decision of Dr. Lim. Philippines, deceit. In 2003, I believe, one of the top executive of DXN resigned. And he took majority of the staff from DXN Philippines along with him. So DXN was left with few staff and few leaders. Many leaders and staff followed him. So it was such a situation where we are going to collapse. You know what Dr. Lim has done? He came down to Philippines and became the country manager of Philippines. He took the post of country manager from CEO, sat in the office of DXN Philippines and started going and explaining, showing the power of DXN, what DXN could do. And slowly, everybody came back to DXN, and we survived and back to the fame again in Philippines. Took the responsibility. Jordan, here, 10 years, first 10 years, we were doing almost $2,000. Which company can survive 10 years with a $2,000 sales? We never gave up until, with persistence, we continued until we had this lady. One person. Yes, please stand up. One person. So that's why we say this business is a business of leadership. Leaders. One leader can change the future, the fortune of the business. One leader. How DXN changed Gulf with not one, of course, few leaders. Definitely Mr. Ghani has a very big role in DXN Gulf's growth. So many leaders, one single leader played big role, like Ms. Huda in Jordan. Now, Jordan is one of the best performing markets of DXN in the Middle East. Great, good job. One leader. The power of leadership is amazing. So we are opening so many new countries, and single-handedly some leaders are driving the business there. Ms. Samba, Ethiopia. Mr. Saleh, Mauritania. And there are so many. Mr. Harun, Mr. Kateri, so many people are there. Nigeria, yes, Dr. Mayer here from Nigeria. I'm sure it is going to change by him. Morocco, there are many leaders, and we have here Mr. Sadki. Is he here? Yes. So there are so many such leaders in different countries. If I forget some names, please excuse me. But one leader can change the life of DXN in any country. Europe, one guy changed the life of Europe, Mr. Laszlo. But after some time there was stagnation, issues. So we, in a teamwork, we did something, and we could open at least 10 countries in Europe. All the major markets, major countries in Europe were opened, and from 200,000 euro, it has reached 1 million euro in 3 years' time. But of course, Europe still has to grow. It's a giant sleeping. Of course, I hope DXN will be able to tap the whole potential of Europe. So the challenges in business is inevitable. If there is no challenge, it is like, in ECG, So your life will also be dead if you do not have challenges. You need challenges. If there is no challenge, there is no fun. Getting up in the morning, doing your work, evening going back to home and sleeping, no challenges, nothing happens. Nothing is happening if there is no challenge. There should be challenges. When there is a challenge, it makes you strong when you solve it. So DXN has become strong and so confident because we have faced so many challenges and we successfully overcame it. So in your life, when you face challenges, be happy. God is sending challenges to you to test whether you can withstand it or not. If you could withstand, that means you are on your way to become successful in this business and in your life. Never ever give up. When someone tells you that you can't do something, consider all options, then go for it. Use all the gifts God has given to you. Be creative. In the end, you will succeed and prove all of them wrong. Always remember, if there is a will, there is a way. Wish you all the best.
You were supposed to be in Dubai.
Let me take the privilege to welcome a wonderful leader who came all the way from Mauritania. Can we have Mr. Saleh please come forward? The pioneer member of Mauritania is here with us. The new market for DXN. Can we have Mr. Saleh please come forward? Mr. Saleh will share the experience of Mauritania.
Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, Dixon. Good morning, Dixon. Good morning, Dixon. Nice to meet you. Thank you very much for Dixon, for Mr. Jijit, for the invitation. I will speak Arabic and English, like Leader Huda. السلام عليكم. أنا سعيد اليوم أني بنعود اليوم معاكم اليوم في هذا الملتقى الكبير. شكرا دايكسن، شكرا مستر جيجيت على الدعوة حضور الملتقى. Start with DXN since 25 February 2017. It's almost 3 years. I started alone, of course, in Mauritania with my leader Ilham from Yemen and the leader Omar Haddad. Omar Haddad and of course Jamal Al-Masadi, the Crown Ambassador Jamal Al-Masadi, who a lot helped us in Mauritania. Thank you, of course, for Mr. Ghani, the Crown Ambassador, Mr. Ghani, for Hassan Kathiri. They also a lot help us in Mauritania. إذا أنا بدأت مع ديكسن 25 فبراير 2017 عن طريق قائدة من اليمن اسمها إلهام الحميري والأخ عمر الحداد طبعا. أيضا بهذه المناسبة أشكر عمر الحداد، أشكر السفير الملكي جمال المسعدي، لأنهم قاموا بدور كبير معنا الحقيقة في مساعدتنا، والأخ الدكتور حسن الكثيري. Now in Mauritania we have about 28,000 members in Mauritania, with more than 12-star diamonds, more than 200-star agents. So it's became a big team, alhamdulillah. And no office yet. No office yet. We have only some point of sales. And recently, last October, we start working with the system of Malaysia. Almost 3 years without office, without system. But recently, we have start to prepare the office that will be opened next April. Next April this year. Next April this year. Who decided to help us, to give us the system first and start the process to open the office ASAP with Mr. Jijit, who has visited us last December in Nouakchott in Mauritania. أشكر دكتور ليم لأنه قرر أنه يساعدنا في موريتان وأنه يعطينا السيستم نشتغل عليه وأنه يفتح الفرع. شكر كبير لدكتور ليم. شكرا طبعا للدكتور الأستاذ مدير جيجيت لأنه جاء عندنا في موريتان شهر دشمبر الماضي، جاء عندنا وبدأ فعلا الأمور المتطلبة لفتح الفرع في موريتان، والذي سيفتح إن شاء الله شهر 4 القادم بإذن الله تعالى. في هذه المناسبة أيضا نختار نشكر أنا هون اليوم. أنا اليوم أشكر الفريق، أشكر الفريق كله، أشكر القادة الكبار اللي بدأوا معي مسيرة ديكسن في موريتان قبل 3 سنوات، قبل 2 سنين. في القادة كلهم الماسيين والياقوتيين والوكلاء النجوم والأعضاء الجدد. شكر كبير جدا للفريق. I'm here today not because of me, because of my team. So thank you for all my team. The leaders, of course, the Star Diamond, Star Ruby, Star Agent. Thank you very much for them. Thank you, Dixon. Thank you, Dr. Lim. Thank you, Jijit. And all leaders who has الباص. شكرا. أحيي فريقنا ديكسون موريتان. شكرا.
Thank you so much, Mr. Saleh. Big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.